It's Prime Business with me, Beverly Broohm. We take a look at our first story now. And the Ghana Stock Exchange could gain 12% return this year. That's according to a forecast by Data Bank Research. The markets will therefore return to its positive trajectory after ending 2022 at the worst performing stock market in Africa. Here's more.
Research said in its stock market analysis that the Ghana Stock Exchange will close this year on a positive note based on technical analysis of the stock market. It explained that most investors will favor stocks of high-quality companies with good fundamentals, defensive quality, and reasonable pricing power. These stocks can provide investors with consistent dividends. Among these favorites are MTN Ghana and the oil marketing companies. The research firm also expects agro-processing firm Benzo Oil Palm Plantation to do well this year, continuing its good dividend payout history. The stock market has since this year recorded about 1.46% return in CD term for the investors. However, in dollar term, the exchange has recorded negative return. This is due to the year-to-date loss of the CD to the dollar.
Meanwhile, government is expected to start paying coupons on bonds that were not swapped under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program. George Riafe has more.
Finance Ministry, in a statement on February 27, announced that it will resume the payment of coupon and principals on bonds that matured last month. This was after the initial date was rescheduled due to what the ministry describes as delays in finalizing the settlement of bonds by persons that signed up to participate in the Domestic Debt Exchange Program. Sources close to the Ministry of Finance had then argued that the administrative work under these bonds that were swapped demanded a lot of time to ensure that the settlements are done well. That is why it had to push back the payment dates for these old bonds. The new date for paying these bonds is coming at a time that coupon payments on Treasury bills have dropped significantly over the past 2 weeks. Some have argued that it was one of government's strategies to use this Domestic Debt Exchange Program to reduce interest payments on bonds and treasury bills issued by the government of Ghana. However, these bond payments are restricted to maturities and coupons for last month. But for many of these bondholders, will the Ministry of Finance kickstart the process of crediting their accounts at the Central Securities Depository? Well, maybe their fingers are crossed, waiting for their email alerts and messages on their phones.
To agriculture now, and the Côte d'Ivoire Ghana Cocoa Initiative has disclosed that it is working assiduously to ensure better pricing of cocoa for farmers. Speaking at the Cocoa Advocacy Workshop, technical manager for the initiative, Teria Ejako Kwatin, stated that although the living income differential pricing was established not long ago, farmers are still not benefiting from their produce.
The Côte d'Ivoire Ghana Cocoa Initiative is an alliance set up by the presidents of the two countries to raise cocoa prices. The two countries jointly control 60% of global cocoa production. The two, in 2019, demanded a $400 premium from cocoa buyers called the living income differential. However, technical manager for the initiative, Teria Ejako Kwatin, said more engagements are being held to increase cocoa prices.
At the Côte d'Ivoire Ghana Cocoa Initiative, we have been focused on working, representing our two countries to engage in a collaborative discussion with the various actors in the sector. As you know, volatile pricing has been a problem for the cocoa sector, which is not allowing the farmers to get the true benefits that they should be getting. We have engaged over the past few months actively with the partners in the industry to ensure that we kickstart conversations on the actions that we all need to take to help our farmers get better pricing. Our two countries put in place the LID price, the living income differential price mechanism, a few years ago, and we are working together to ensure that the price mechanism is consolidated. We are looking at various actions that need to be taken and the accountability that needs to be put in place to ensure that we are able to get better prices for our farmers.
The National Fair Trade Platforms organized a cocoa advocacy workshop to discuss challenges and opportunities in the sector, new regulations and compliance, among others. Stephen Asia is a member of the Fair Trade Ghana Network.
This workshop is a very good workshop which was sponsored by AVSL, which is an equity program. And I think this is a very good program for us to have a meeting, discussion on how we can improve the cocoa and also cocoa production and also the pricing of the cocoa, and then also making cocoa, the farmers having a living income.
President of Fair Trade Platform Côte d'Ivoire, Fortin Blé, lost the rationale behind the workshop. He is optimistic that proceedings of the workshop will translate into better livelihoods for farmers.
Depuis près d'une semaine, nous sommes à Accra pour participer à un séminaire sur le cacao. Nous sommes satisfaits d'avoir rencontré ce matin Madame Kwarteng, c'est ça, la dame de Côte d'Ivoire Ghana Cocoa Initiative. Les initiatives qui ont été prises nous donnent l'espoir dans ce que nous faisons.
I am Mr. Blé Fortin, the president of the Fair Trade Platform in Côte d'Ivoire. We've been here for about 1 week now, and we are really happy for the initiative between the two countries, Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire. And we hope that all those initiatives will enable our farmers to have a good living and provide good living for our farmers.
The Cocoa Advocacy Workshop was themed Structuring the Coordination of Our Platforms in order to strengthen our joint capacity for dialogue on the necessary fair sharing of value within the cocoa sector.
Now, Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslock, says plans are underway to disburse some funds to members of the Association of Small-Scale Industries. Here's more in this report.
This year, we are going by our plan. Disbursement is an ongoing process, so we'll continue with the disbursements and our recoveries. And then what Maslock wants to achieve is to be able to impact every constituency in Ghana with our disbursements. And then our disbursements are both cash and the vehicle hire purchase. When you come to the vehicle hire purchase department, for example, we do the saloon cars, we do the oven buses, we do tricycles. So all of these things are things that we want every constituency in Ghana to have a feel of when it comes to Maslock. And the big thing is that Maslock is working with ASI, Association of Small Scale Industries. We have an MOU with them, and very soon we are going to disburse funds to them through a PES Bank. And this grant was given to us by the AFDB. So with ASI, they have presence in all 16 regions and all districts in Ghana. So definitely everybody is going to have, we cannot satisfy everybody, but what I mean by every district will have a feel or impact from Maslock this year.
And that's all for Prime Business. For more business news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. I am Beverly Broohm. Have a good evening.